Good evening. Good afternoon. Sorry. Okay, let's see if this work out. Thanks a little better. Okay. Good evening. Got an echo. Tested. I'm gonna have to deal with it. First time. What is this? December the 2nd? Correct. I'd like to show some love to my cousin Rodney Kent. He have a little store on West Bank Expressway in Marrero, Ames and West Bank Expressway. Hope everybody enjoy their take your day. And winding down to the end of the year. Um, just hope everybody being safe. Um, it's kind of wicked out here with a lot of things going on, as you know. Got a lot of brothers and sisters trying to do their part, trying to stay positive, keep it positive, and we need more spread a positive message. Unfortunately, I'm alone once again. Um, it's been difficult to with the pandemic picking up again. Um, so it's kind of hard to get people to gather with me. Now I'm vaccinated, and this month I'll be getting my booster shot. And I encourage everybody. I know we have a difficult history when it come down to injecting poison in our bodies, but right now it's very serious that we take this pandemic and this global nightmare for us. This virus that's constantly spreading. So yeah, I encourage everybody to go get vaccinated. You know, it's out of our control. I'm still here. Uh, think I received mine in June, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason why I took this vaccination because my mother, she's up in age with some underlying health conditions, and I didn't want to be around her and bring the virus to her. So that was my reasoning. So I mean, everybody got their choice. So I just hope you make a good one, and that's why I encourage to go get vaccinated. But well, I don't have to tell you, we're living in some strange times. Um, you got members of Congress behaving like, I mean, wow, sad. And like I said, our young brothers, man, we got to really get it together as well. You know, I was talking to a young cat the other day. Uh, he was telling me about this young brother out of Florida who got killed in 2018. A rapper, I can't even pronounce his name. I know it was something about 2x or 3x and something, but when he told me the story, it blew me away. And I was just telling him, I said, I don't understand, man. Some of the original rappers from the 80s still living. And here these younger guys killing up each other. And I told him, I said, just imagine that some of the movie stars, they get mad because some other star get the role that they feel they're supposed to have. And now they want to kill each other behind that role. Or, whatever reason, I'm better than you or you better than me. Uh, my movie better than your movie. My acting is better than your acting. So they start killing each other behind all that. I was telling them they got a lot of wise men and women out here who got serious experience that have lived life and can be a guide, can be a beacon. At certain ages, you don't know everything. I know you come up fast and coming up fast, make a little money, and that think you make you a man or a woman. Getting this money don't make you a man or woman. Well, it can show you can hustle, but that's one element. Being a man or a woman is taking care of your responsibilities. Being there, nurturing, providing, protecting, educating, molding, shaping, giving hope, listening. A lot of more elements. But you got to be around, you know. You just can't just think life is an easy task or it's something that you can just get around certain things. I mean, we all gotta pay certain prices for certain lessons to get this wisdom, experience, understanding. So, and every time I even get on these subjects, man, I be heartbroken. It's always something, man. But I believe, you know, it's gonna be a moment, it's gonna be a time that we're gonna eradicate this bad behavior, these bad choices that we're making. We're gonna start doing better. But it always take one. Just like it before we got to this point, it started like dominoes just falling. If you push one domino, when you line them up, they'll fall as far as you can get it, as far as it can go. But that's gonna be the same method that we're gonna use to rebuild our communities. Like I always say, long as God's sitting on the throne, always hope, always that possibility. But while I'm talking, I did accumulate a few more items, and I'm gonna share with y'all tonight. Got this coffee mug. Check it out. I'm not your enemy. On one side of it, and my logo on the other side. GCP, God chosen people. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Also coming in a gift box. Got one of the sweatshirts on right now. One of my hoodies. I'm not your enemy hoodie. Right now, I have it in 3 different colors. As you can see, black, red, and green. And I do appreciate everyone that been supporting me because it's not all about me. It's about us. Everybody will not do the right thing. Let's be real about it. Now, all us have good in us, but we choose to do the wrong thing most of the time. Not everybody, though. God save the ones He want to, and the ones that haven't been. That don't mean it was bad people. Whatever reason, He had His moment. He had his season on how, why, when, and where He want to deal with bringing in life, taking out life. I'm not saying that God actually take the life, but He co-signed it. But those who are left here, who been through them trenches, been through the wall, have the score battles, you should be on the front line doing something positive. You know, I saw a quote today. I'm trying to see who it was, but it was very interesting. Um, what they say, people are getting older, but they're not growing up. Wow. People are getting older, but not growing up. Let that marinate. Love is in your heart, but most of us decide to let hate be the guide. I've always been saying we got to find what solutions besides picking up a gun, picking up a knife, thinking this the way to resolve the problem. If I'm delaying, I hear myself every time I say something. It's like a delay back in my ear, and I'm not that qualified yet to kind of operate this mic and do all this. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. So be patient with me. But hate is evil. Evil is not of God. We all get angry. We all get mad. Natural. Hate is evil. So on that level, anything goes. it's easy to kill or destroy. Now that became a cancer, and it's been going on for decades. This slogan, "I'm not your enemy," says everything. If we got a minor disagreement, let's not let it snowball. And for some reason, if it does, someone get involved. We taking each other life a little too easy. And before you know it, the ones that kill and get away and brag on it, eventually your time come too. And half of the time, and most of the time, when your time come, you cry and beg, plead, everything to keep your life. But it was very unmerciful when you took someone else's life or many other people's life. This is inhumane. We got to change the clock back in our hearts from hate to love. That don't make you weak if you can love. I feel I'm solid as a man. I can express any level of emotion and still be a man. I'm telling you, you're killing other people's kids. You're killing other people, daddies, mamas, uncles, aunts, cousins. If you got love for your own family members, just think about it. And I wish you could talk to some of them brothers who's sitting in the penitentiary right now. Some of them had enough time to reflect on their act, what they did, and how they could probably wish they could have did something different. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of them get trapped and think it's cool. They gotta hold up this image. But those that grow, that develop, they want to be in front of a camera, in front of a mic, expressing truth to power, truth to ignorance, because they feel they owe that to God and the community. I was supposed to have a guest or two tonight. Let me see, because nobody never, not coming to my crib, but I was going. I sent them the invite, but let's see. So I guess I'll be alone again, but it's cool. We'll make it through. But love is a wonderful thing. We don't experience it. I'm not talking like every last one of us. Those that are afflicted, those who I'm talking to. And for those that's listening, you can learn and you'll be able to articulate this to those that are afflicted. Love come in different forms, as we all know. Motherly love, fatherly love, God love, brother, brotherly love, sister love, relationship love, the way you love your kids, the way you love your community, the way you love your people. Now, it's all examples of what I just said. Start with God love. God love, depending on many different ways. He protect us, from all kind of harm and danger. I mean, one day the love don't run out. The time does, because we all can't be here forever. But many of us can, that's still here on this earth, can reflect on many different dangerous situations, known and unknown. It was a problem. I mean, it was no, I ain't gonna say opportunity. It was more a situation that you could have been driving and not knowing that you had a drunk driver right on side you, and you still made it to your destination. That's the unknown. Then have some known situation that you personally know about. Motherly love, the closest thing to God love, because a real mother goes to no limit for her children. Fatherly love, same thing. Not much of the mushy stuff, but protection, providing. Yeah, brother love. You know how that is. But brothers can get a little more competitive, but you know how that goes. Sisterly love, same thing. A little more mushy. Loving your kids. So it's reverse order. The way mothers love her kids, that's how your wife or whatever love your kids. It's same for you, which being your father loving your kids. So love is a powerful thing, great thing, great gift. It ties into life. So we got to get away from the hate, because hate disconnect us from that love. Hate pull us to the evil. We get to the evil, anything goes. Like for instance, down here locally in New Orleans, we got our share of crime. It's like any other city, major city in New Orleans. I mean, and I'm sorry, in the United States. I think it was the other morning. The guy pulled up at his job. He had the keys to open the gate. Some of them, I think it's 4 something in the morning, 4 a.m. He left his car running. The truck. I'm sorry, left the truck running, the keys still in it. I guess he had another set of keys to go open the gate. As he was doing that, they had a call. This on security camera. That's how I can tell you this. And they had a car pull up. Guy jump out, jump in his truck. I mean, the poor guy, I wish he'd just let him take the truck, but he tried to protect his material, his belongings, and this swung the truck, out of control, and he fell and hit his head on the concrete. And I don't know his condition. Sad. But this all over America, every day, every night. It's amazing that some of us still living. That's how bad it then decayed. And especially in our communities. Complex. Because of two things, love and hate. Love would cure a lot of this foolishness. Hate continues to bring devastation. And then don't mention if you mention you mix some of that ignorance with the hate. So you're mixing some of that ignorance with the hate. You already got laced with evil. Anything goes. 2022. Plan on doing some big things. I'm still learning, still putting things together. I believe in my heart I'm one of the main figures that gonna be the force of changing our community. I believe that. It's necessary. Our kids growing up thinking it's all about money. It's not about development. It's about money. Quickest way to it. So they're not living long. And most of the time, the conditions are bad that they're living in. The homes, the home structure, the family structure, it's not there for all of them. So it's a lot of work. I plan on going to the schools and talking to the kids. I'm gonna pass out a lot of my shirts, and I want to hit all the schools in New Orleans and the metropolitan areas. Start turning this around. And just maybe they might start letting me get in them prisons so I can share my experience and what it took for me to turn my life around. They always say knowledge is power. You have to read, you have to learn, and they're going to help change behavior. When you change behavior, you become a different person. And that's for the better. This is not talk. I walk the walk. I go back in 93, 1993, when I even walked out of prison. 2 weeks, I had to wash the same drawers for 2 weeks. But I was committed to changing my life. I've seen many go back, many get killed. I just want to be a force of positivity to help these young guys see that, hey man, you make mistakes, learn, better yourself. You can better your conditions and make those around you proud. And at the same time, inspire others that they can do better. And that's what it's all about. We got to do something with these guns. Too many of them out there illegally. Now, you legally got guns, I'm not tripping off you. And I don't know how they get in here. I mean, I know how they get in there, but you know what I mean. Just like the drugs. That's a dangerous mixture as well. So back to that, mixing that cake of explosion, of hate. So you got your hate, you got your evil, you got your ignorance, you got your guns, and you got your drugs. Bad. Nothing good come from that. Feel like I'm missing somebody. I want to shout out to somebody. My uncle Lawrence Lewis. Missed his birthday party with my uncle made. Well, I think 70. I believe it's 70. Oh, my little boy birthday tomorrow. Make 24. And I'm proud of him. Just went to the National Guard in basic training. Been in there 2 weeks. Proud of him. You know how it is. Me and him was on our way to Cleveland in 2019. He wanted a post office job and he wanted to be on his own. So we got to dial this back. It'll be almost 2 years ago. So he's making 24, about 22, roughly. But on our way out there, we had this talk because I'm in my second marriage. I'm not with his mother anymore. We're divorced. So he my only blood son. Now I got my stepson, but my stepson tight to like my real son as well. So, but anyway, me and him was 1-on-1 for the first time in our life, outside him being a baby, a child. Uh, but we had this 1-on-1, and I encourage every man to find that moment, find that time. I'm gonna show you how important it is. We left the airport in New Orleans, and I believe our first stop was Atlanta. And we talked, and we talked. And I think from Atlanta, we went to Cleveland. So I had to give him a lot of my own history that I took for granted that he would have known, but he didn't. I had to let him know my upbringing in the Ninth Ward Desire Project and how rough it was, how hard it was, how we had to sleep with the windows open, and sometimes flying cockroaches come in there. And when it's hot down here, it's hot. Now with the global warming, it's greater temperature now. But even back then, the 70s, it still was rough. But I continue to kind of give them a walk down my history and where I come from and my decisions. You know, what led me to smoking weed, marijuana, and how I stopped smoking it and why I stopped. But I told them a little story when I started. I think I was about 12. My auntie at this time, now I'm still green at 12 years old. She had a Porsche and a Cadillac. No, not a Porsche. It was Saab. A Saab. That's the name of it. A Saab. And a Cadillac. Brand new in the 70s at that time. Unheard of. In a project. But she asked me and Peanut, William Santee. God bless his soul. He got killed, I believe, in 87. But she asked me and him to go get these garbage bags. Huge garbage bags out of a trunk. And at the time, we stayed upstairs on the second floor. So as we start getting them garbage bags and bringing them up, Peanut, he asked me, he said, you know what this is? I said, no. He said, it's marijuana. But it's in the dark plastic bag, so I can't see through it. I ain't Superman. So we had to open it up, and it sure was. That's what it was. So me and him wound up taking some of it out. I never smoked weed before. I'm 12 years old, never smoked it before. So we took some out. We got us our own little plastic bag, and we put enough in there. At that time, probably could a big ounce. Probably was an ounce. So we wound up leaving and went around the center. That's like Desire Drive by the center, but that's on the front side. That's no. I'm sorry, Pleasure Street, Pleasure Drive, and the front side like Desire Street. So we ran by the center for the first time smoking, getting high. And I think I shared this story before. One of my daddy friends came, hey, what y'all doing? And I'm scared, nervous. He wound up taking the marijuana from us, the joint. He didn't know we had the rest of it. So I'm nervous and scared. He said, going to tell my grandmother, my daddy. No, indeed, I want them to know I'm down like this. So I handed it to him, and we wound up leaving. And Peanut said, no, chill out. Look, watch. So we looked back around the corner, and the guy, he getting high, laughing. I shared that story with my son. He was cracking up. But as I fell in love with marijuana, I smoked until I was 19, but 7 years of it. But killing got real bad. I was 19 and was killing each other for like little medallion, like jewelry pieces, starter jackets, all kind of foolishness, man. They taking each other life. So I said, no, I can't be high. Somebody kind of rolled up on me like this. So I stopped smoking when I was 18. And I shared that with him. And I went on and tell him about, share with him about me going to, dealing drugs on the streets. And eventually going to prison and my lessons there. And when I came home and how it changed my life. And I come home in 93. He was born in 97. And I walked him through all that. Put it this way. By the time we made it back to New Orleans from Cleveland, he called me and he said, Dad, I'm so happy we took that trip, man. I had the wrong impression of you. And I never even knew that he was looking at me side-eyed. I never knew that. But we had that one-on-one, and that kind of changed all that. And not to mention, he was undecided on what he wanted to do with his own life. And I didn't want him to make the mistakes I made at all. So, because my stepson, like my wife, my current wife, she did a great job with him. I think when I met him, met his mother, he was about 15. I want to say 15. Right now he's 32. But she already was grooming and developed him. And by the time when I met her, she was telling me about her son. And I couldn't believe the stuff she was telling me about him. That I think at age 15, he was like a top student in his school. He was working at Winn-Dixie. That's like a local grocery store down here. And I'm like, no. Because I'm so used to these younger black guys, being a little more out of control. And to have one like this, it's like, no, So I wanted to meet him. Because now me and her been kicking it long enough. But you know how the women is too. Real women, they don't let you meet their kids unless, they know they're going to have a relationship with you. So, I mean, that's not really knocking nobody, but real ladies, women, they don't just let people just meet their kids. They don't do that. Now, I mean, today, like I said earlier, anything goes. But it was structured. There was a structure. And it wasn't long ago. It was like in 06. It was in 06. So when I finally meet him, yes, sir, and all this stuff here, I'm like, wow, okay, I can work with him. Shit. And I got to share some. Let me see what's time. Oh, yeah, I got enough time to share this story. It's important, too. This is going to be helpful to somebody out there. Stepdads, stepmoms, real dads, real moms. So I didn't even talk about my book. But it's life. And that's what my book is written on. It's about life. All about sharing information and hoping people gravitate to it and can be able to use it. But anyway, when I met with him, he was like, yes, sir. And I'm like, man, your mama telling me you're a great student in school. Yes, sir. And I see you working. Man, that's good, man. Yeah, I'll be able to work with you. Then from there, he wound up going to LSU after he graduated from high school. And I think I shared this story too when he was here, on a second podcast, I believe it was. But the story was he sophomore year, no, yeah, well, the freshman year, he didn't want to stay on the dormitory. He wanted his own apartment and stuff. So he wound up, going to the sophomore year and was able to get this apartment. But from that point on, he had a little midlife crisis where he felt he had enough talent like everybody else and all that stuff. I was at work. My wife called me and told me Jamal was depressed. So I wound up telling the guy, my foreman, hey man, I gotta go. I got a family emergency. So I shot from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. When I arrived, I called him, hey man, where you at? Pops, I'm in my apartment. So he gave me some directions. I made it there. And I said, what's going on? He said, that I recall. Because, I mean, he probably have a different version, but this is what I remember. He said, I don't have great basketball talent like others. I don't rap like others or whatever. So I'm listening, because you got to listen to see where they're coming from so you use your wisdom and your experience that God then gave to you so you can relate this back, right? So I said, okay, I understand. But look, man, when I met you, you was a mama's boy. Now here it is. You're in your second year of college. And you might not even know, but there had some people that came up here that quit, got pregnant, probably got killed. And you up here, you got your job, got your apartment, you're still in school, doing well. What kind of talent are you talking about? I woke him up just for that. He looked at me because I seen he lit up. He lit up when I said that, and he hugged me. So just words coming from people that care is more valuable than money. We put too much value on money. Yeah, we all need money. I told you we live in a capitalist society. We shouldn't be ruled by it, though. How far are you gonna let somebody do something to you for money? Let your boss slap in your face to keep your job? Let some man penetrate you that you don't want him to be penetrate. You don't want him to penetrate for money just because he want to pay you money, but you don't want him? No, you ain't gonna do that. And plus, you ain't gonna let your boss slap in your face for money. Money have its limits. It should. Now, don't get me wrong. For most people, it's an opposite effect. But he got the message. He got the message. And again, I'm proud of him as well. From that point on, he went got his bachelor's degree. Then years later, he went to Loyola and got his master's degree. The only thing I would say to him and the other one, Jamal and Asante, I don't want y'all out here getting involved with some heinous stuff. Definitely don't want y'all out here with some gay stuff going on man stuff. I'm macho. I didn't come up that way. I'm sorry. I don't believe in that. That's not who I am. I don't represent that. But like I said in the earlier broadcast, I won't throw no bricks at you. I'm not going to look down on you. I just don't believe in that. Like we always, if all people was gay, none of us wouldn't be here because we all come from a woman, and it takes a man to impregnate that woman to get us here. But again, we live in a twisted society, so that's how it all go anyway. And as long as I'm on the earth, I'm keeping it real. That's how I've been. That's how I'm gonna be. Till they call me. I ain't here to make no enemies. If I make a couple of friends along the way, that's cool too. But my truth may not be your truth. My reality may not be your reality. That's cool. I ain't tripping off that. Just want to see my young men, my young brothers, my young fellas, my young niggas. NIGGA. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Do better. Listen to some brothers, man. Some OGs. Some real guys who've been through some real things. It's not make believe. It's real. You're getting forced out here to live this fast life and you're dying fast. Much, a lot of the mothers suffering behind this. Got to put a claim on our community again. We all do. And it starts with everybody. I mean, I wish they could scale back some stuff. Women too. You ain't got to show everybody you got a nice shape. You ain't got to compete with the rest of them. Some of y'all start dressing up a little more decent. Hide yourself. Respect yourself a little more. The man gonna love you regardless. You ain't got to show everybody what you got. Fellas, wearing your pants with all your drawers showing, man, that ain't cool, man. You know, the old story is this. The guys who did that, they used to do that when they was in prison. And it was showing the real men that you're abroad. You're abroad. That's why you wear your pants down like that. It's open season. That's what it's saying. Open season. That you want somebody to penetrate you straight up. But if you don't know that, that's back to that pool I started with. Ignorance. That's that part. Ignorance. So some respect for yourself. We got to clean it all up. God, work to do. All of us. My journey started long before I wrote a book. Actually, I'm going to share something a little deep before I get off this mic tonight. Give me a second. Hold up. Okay, I'm back. See this? All right. Rules to live by. It came out in 1998. Me and my homie, my brother, my partner, Dexter. That's us in 1998. Yes, that's us. Rules to live by. Revolutionary music for a revolutionary mind. When I tell you they got a cut on here that gonna be once it's released, because we doing a movie, Rules to Live By. That can be the name of the movie, the name of this group. And I did this when I was in prison in the early 90s. Dexter wrote all the music. He wrote all the music. But I designed this logo and gave our name of our group. We work in unison like that. That's why I used to say I'm not the writer, because Dexter the writer. But I got tired and I went to God something got to change. I cannot be on the sideline anymore. This can be coming in the future. Now, I can't tell you if it's next year, 2023. I can't tell you when. But God say the same. Just remember that. Rules to live by. Dexter that's a heavy brother, man. Very heavy brother. He inspired me, encouraged me, keep me focused. I lost a lot of my partners, man. A lot of them. Jeannie Boy got killed when he was 25 years old. My cousin Reginald Smith, he was murdered while he was in prison. I think he about 22, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember now, long ago. Ante. Ante was a great brother, great athlete. But when he got on them streets, there was nothing to play with. He had a shootout with the police on the bridge. I think that's in 82, 83. My partner, Ray Massey, good dude, gunned down behind an argument or something. I still don't know all the facts to it. Brother like that don't supposed to die like that. David Stokes, somebody shot him down in a cut up in an alleyway. I don't know if they ever caught the person did that. Kenny Ray, another good dude, gunned down. These guns been treacherous in our community, but the drugs too, and the ignorance. Some brothers and sisters like myself gonna rise up. It's gonna stop. Gonna stop. Get control of the shit again.